So in the last class, I have told you about the fermenter. So this part is also a continuation of the fermenter only. Whether we are doing we are growing the microorganism in a fermenter in the large scale, or we are growing it in a small scale at inside the petri dishes in our laboratory. We need to understand the basic types of cultures, and we need to understand is what are the requirements which what are the requirements for properly growing the microorganisms. Okay, so the process of growth of microorganisms depends on the very first thing here is the ability of the microorganism to obtain nutrient. The microorganisms should be in close proximity to the nutrient medium. It should not be the case that the nutrient medium is in such composition or in such state which cannot be actively absorbed by the microorganisms. So the nutrient medium should be in a perfect composition and perfect state. By state I means semi solid or gel form or liquid form, whatever is best required by the particular microorganism growth, that should be the substrate or the nutrient. Second important thing here is the availability of the nutrient. The nutrient should be made available to each and every microorganism. That means there should be a proper mixing of the nutrient medium into the whole culture medium. See, there are two important things, two different things, culture medium and nutrient medium, which I call substrate generally. So, culture medium is the medium over which the microorganism is growing, but the microorganism is growing by the utilization of some food. That food is called as nutrient. So, the culture medium has nutrient added to it. Okay, clear? So these are two different things. When you will be preparing your own cultures in class 12th, then you will understand these things better and will come to know that we are using gels. Agar agar gel, which is semi-solid and has pores into it so that the oxygen can be dissolved. So that is the culture base, culture medium. And then we are adding nutrients from outside into that particular medium, so that when the bacteria is growing on the agar agar, they are actually utilizing the nutrient nutrient in the culture medium and growing. So there are two important things you need to understand the difference. The next thing is controlling the environmental factors, that is monitoring all these environmental factors, which may be temperature. A perfect temperature is needed for the microorganism growth. A perfect pH is needed for the microorganism growth and function. Air pressure should be maintained. So these are important factors for growth of microorganisms, whether we are growing it in bioreactor or we are growing in a small petri dish. These factors need to be checked. Okay, moving forth. The next is the types of culture. Culture can be The methodology of cultures can be of various types. In your book there are four, but I will be telling you three because three are more than enough, and three are the basic things. The fourth one, which has been incorporated in your book, is actually a part of the third one, which I'll be telling you. Okay, so don't get confused by the types. So first type, the final sequential order of the types of culture will be this, which I am going to tell you now. The first type of culture is a batch culture. Batch, you understand? Like you are a batch. Batch means a group. You are all together entering into class 11th and will be all together leaving class 11th only to go into class 12th. So you are a batch. Similarly, here, if we compare this batch with batch culture, we come to know that in batch culture, the nutrient medium is added into the culture medium only once. And when the reaction is complete, when the process is complete, then only the products are being taken out. Products are removed. Okay, nothing is being done in between. It is a closed system, you understand, when there is no interaction. Once the reaction has started, there is no interaction between the system in over which we are working and the outer environment. Okay, so that is a closed system. Batch culture is a closed system in which the microorganism is inoculated. See, again, I'm going to tell you here two important words: inoculation and incubation. I have already discussed with you, but these words should be incorporated in your biotechnology vocabulary. First is inoculation, means just inoculating, adding a small amount of microorganism into the culture. Then incubation, the second one, incubation, means leaving the inoculated bacteria or microorganism undisturbed for certain duration of time. That is incubation. Okay, so two words: inoculation, that means infection or adding the seed of the culture of the microorganism, and incubation, keeping it undisturbed for a longer period of time. So in a batch culture, the known microorganism is inoculated into a fixed amount of medium. The microorganisms will grow, of course, with time and consume all the nutrients present into it, and then the end product will get accumulated in the culture. So, when the end product is accumulated and the nutrient medium is finished, automatically the growth of the microorganism will stop. And this gives us the signal that now all the substrate, all the nutrient medium has been consumed, so the growth has stopped. So now the reaction has stopped. Now the process is complete. We can take out the product. Clear? Why we can take out the product? Because there is all the nutrient medium has already been exhausted. So now I'll tell you a typical batch culture has following phases: a lag phase, a log phase, a stationary phase, and a death phase. Whenever there is a batch culture, we are doing a batch culture, it takes place in certain phases. We shall be discussing about those phases now.